Look at us.
No, not me. Not me. Where's Restream
Good
chat?
old
Get
Paul
over.
Rudd. Good old Paul Rudd.
Yeah. What would we do without him?
We wouldn't watch Clueless, or we would
That's
with a
right.
different. Would we though? We probably wouldn't.
We wouldn't watch Halloween 6, which as we all know he's in The Curse of Michael Myers.
We wouldn't watch all the clips of him going on Conan and playing that
Mac
other.
and me. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of his instead of clips from his movie. Hey, Scary Terry, how you doing? Scary Terry Folds,
Coming to you
hanging out.
live from our not really consistent holiday tradition
From our biannual holiday tradition.
of talking about things we wish people gave us for free.
way to really put a
To
label on it there,
test,
Brandon.
of course.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, wink.
We have not started the show yet. We're just getting set up. If you're trickling in, thank you
That
for
would
joining us.
that would be the worst intro that would have ever done for the show if it was. Oh, no, that one. That's bad.
Well, yeah, it would be even worse.
Coming to you live from. Let me type this out. From a holiday that exists. Is it pagan? Not sure. Rick and Morty.
Christian's basically
Interdimensional
eternal.
RSS.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
Happy birthday, Jesus. Where's the bunny part of this holiday?
That's the other one.
Oh yeah, our idiot brother. Yeah, that's good. That's a good movie.
Are
You were talking to me. You were referring to me.
you being the idiot brother? What?
No. The other one was you talking about the other one being that movie, our idiot brother, or the other one being the rabbit one.
The rabbit one, as in that's the other holiday with the rabbit.
The rabbit one. Yeah.
Rabbit.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with that intro.
You're just gonna
The
stick
one.
with that one, the one I was talking over and making fun of.
No. Well, yeah. The one, the first one I was writing. Well, not the first one. The second one I was writing.
All right.
The,
Yeah,
the
I don't
sec-
know.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
We'll get after
We'll
it.
do it live. We'll do it live.
Well, fuck it. We'll do it live. Let me just ASMR some Jim and Sprite.
Some clinky ice in your microphone. Dude,
The cool.
Did you say Jim and Sprite?
That's what I said.
Like regular old Jim?
Regular old Jim.
These are my remaining Jim Beam like shooters from my 12 days of whiskey.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do them in what is probably ascending order because Jim Beam Peach sounds like the worst.
It does.
Followed by I don't know, Jim Beam Apple, like Apple Crown is not I don't like flavored whiskeys anyway, so.
Yeah, there's something about flavored whiskeys that it took me so long to get into whiskey as it is that now you want to flavor it down.
Yeah. So then you got vanilla. Let's get through these real quick, and then you got the black extra aged bourbon, which we'll save for a special occasion. But anyway, those
special
like the post
occasion.
show or something. I don't know what kind of special occasion.
That's great. That's great. I didn't drink Jim and Jack for a long time, and honestly, I always just kind of attributed Jim to being like the poor brother of Jack.
Sure.
It seems that way. But I also don't know the finer points of like Kentucky bourbon versus Is Jack Kentucky bourbon as well?
No, that's not Kentucky. That's I don't know.
Is
Someone
that
in chat
like
can help us out.
Tennessee? Is that a Tennessee thing?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really drink Jack, or I don't drink Jim Beam usually unless it comes in a holiday 12-pack in like a little advent calendar. Still working my way through the old monkey shoulder.
Ooh, monkey shoulder.
Place on the shoulder.
I gotta tell you something. By the way, folks watching, hey, it's good to see you, Corey. Good to see you in person. Scary Terry is sending us those links. Awesome for those geeky jerseys. What I want to say about monkey shoulder is I went to the store not too long ago. Went to the liquor store attached to Publix, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna make this a special occasion. I'm gonna get some monkey shoulder and share some monkey shoulder with my best friend Travis. And guess what? I was like, I don't have that kind of money. I don't care how good a friend he is. I ain't spending no kind of money on no kind of monkey shoulder whiskey.
You know what I'll tell you was the biggest shock to my system was when I was gifted. I promoted at work, and I was gifted a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Oh,
and I was like, wow, this seems really nice. Like, thank you. But at the time, I also didn't have any other whiskey on hand. So I was just like, well, yeah, I'll just drink this. And I'm like, it's really good. It's really good. And I got probably a third of the way through the bottle before I was like, how much is this stuff? And I was like, I probably should. It's like 170-ish, but like it's, you know, probably a couple hundred depending on where you get it. And I was like, gosh, I should really not just drink that all the time. So now I have a glass. I had a glass of it on Thanksgiving because I was like, holiday, special occasion. It's really something I would rather share with people, but I'm the only one in my house that drinks whiskey. Kids just don't like it.
There's something about like whiskey, like two fingers of whiskey, right? Where you're like, I'm taking place right now in the 40s and 50s in a black and white movie. I should be sitting down in a suit, no matter what I'm doing. Like I could have just been mowing the lawn, but I'll be like a finely pressed suit, sitting down, two fingers of just the finest whiskey. And that feeling is better when there's other people around to do it with, because it's like if you're with a friend. I think
if you're just in like a dark, smoky room, and like everything's black and white, then it feels a lot more. And like you just got off the train, and you're like,
you don't even need cigars or anything. Two experiences where I've had whiskey with friends. One, I don't necessarily consider him a friend. He's Chelsea's ex boyfriend, her first boyfriend, who she's still kind of friends with, and he's cool. I'm not threatened by him. He is very, very attractive, and I am threatened by him in that way. But I'm not threatened. He's not going to take her away. He's married, Travis. Look, stop.
Listen.
Stop.
All right, I'm sorry.
But we went to dinner at his house with his wife, and he was like, "Hey, you like scotch?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah." He's like, "How many fingers do you want?" This is the first time anybody's asked me, like,
how many fingers do you want?
How many Yeah, and I was like, Chelsea, is he trying to? Maybe you should feel threatened. And I was like, he's like, one or two. Like, I'll two, sure, I'll take two. And then we enjoyed scotch together. The second time was in Hawaii. My friend Sean, his mom is living out there with her husband, and he was out there. My friend Aaron, who you played Grand Theft Auto with, we're out on like the patio overlooking Honolulu, Waikiki Beach, like up in like the mountain areas. That's where his mom lived. And scotch, and like, you want a cigar? I'm like, I guess, sure. Being a man, being a man, smoking a cigar. And they're like, yeah, it's like, we take a sip, you take a puff. It's just like the mixtures of the flavors. I'm like, yeah, sure, Yeah, that's great.
I did have I went to some fancy like speakeasy type bar in downtown Omaha that made an old fashioned where they smoke the glass. So they have like a piece of wood that they char, like they burn, and they put the glass on top of it, and the smoke like gets in the glass, and then they take that glass and make the old fashioned in it. It was great. Anyway, that's our drinking podcast pre-show that we're talking about. We'll have to do a whiskey cast another time. But we have important business to get to, Brandon, so we should probably get to it.
You're right. I still have to edit tonight, so yeah, this makes sense. So we get started. All right. Well, you ready to go?
Sure thing.
All right, here we are, everybody. Well, welcome to Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast. I'm Brandon, one of your two hosts. This is Travis.
You asked for it.
Let's go going.
I'm like, what is this?
And we're done.
What are you doing?
All right, are you ready? Stop fucking around. We're ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
You asked for it. Here it is. It's a podcast from Apathetic Enthusiasm.
Coming to you live from, it's not really a consistent holiday tradition of talking about things we wish people gave us for free. That's right, it's holidays. It's holiday season. It's holiday season on Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast.
That's right.
You want to do this the first one that I wrote?
No, I think that's perfect, Brandon.
No, come on. You don't want me to do it?
Okay, do it. Yeah, you do.
Okay. Here we go. Coming to you live from one of the days of Christmas. Can't tell you which one because that would be spilling the secrets of St. Nicholas, and we all know what St. Nicholas spilling secrets means for the things that we're talking about tonight here on Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast.
Hello, everybody. I'm Travis.
Hey, everybody. I'm Brandon.
And we're doing Choose Your Own Intro.
You want to hear a third one?
Do you have a third one?
I can make one up.
All right, let's do the improv one.
Okay. Coming to you live from a smorgasbord of gifts dropped from high heaven onto your laps. Your laps. Not any laps. Your special laps. On Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast.
That's why we write them down in advance, guys.
You mean do a fourth one?
No. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for joining us. This is Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast. In case you didn't get that from one of the intros, I'm Travis.
Hey, and I'm Brandon. Thank you for listening to us.
Yeah, we're happy to be back. It is December by the time this podcast is hitting podcatchers around the world. We are recording live on Twitch and YouTube tonight. You can join us every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time if you want to catch the live video versions of the podcast. You can also follow us all over the internet on social media over at twitter.com/rickandmortypod or facebook.com/rickandmortypodcast. You can also send us an email, rickandmortypodcast@gmail.com. Find this show all over Reddit, rickandmortypodcast.reddit.com or rickandmorty.reddit.com, the official Rick and Morty subreddit. Or you can go directly to the source, rickandmortypod.com. That's the website for all of our episodes. As I mentioned, we are streaming live right now, youtube.com/apatheticenthusiasm. Or Twitch.
That's why we write it down, everybody.
That's why we write it down. Twitch.tv/apatheticenthusiasm. That is the place to go to follow along and catch all of the bonus extra stuff before and after episodes. Head over to Twitch and follow us there. You can also buy our love at our TeePublic page. Speaking of gifts, you can go to apatheticenthusiasm.com/shop and get some curated t-shirts or some t-shirts with our faces on them. And who wouldn't want that as a holiday gift, is a shirt with us on it, right? Or go to patreon.com/rickandmortypod. Support the show directly. Oh, that's out of date. Patreon.com/apathetic enthusiasm. That's the Patreon. We switched it, guys. It covers all of our podcasts to include Apathetic Enthusiasm, and submitted for your approval. You can get exclusive podcasts over there, as well as pre-shows and other goodies. So thanks for everybody that supports us at patreon.com. Brandon, how the heck are you doing? You feeling loose after all those intros?
Am I ever? I was feeling kind of loose going into the intros, right? And I still feel kind of loose.
Good.
I'm still kind of I haven't gotten any tighter. Was what I'm saying.
There's been no tightening while I went through all those rigid social media links.
You know this. Before you go on a run, you limber up, right? You got to
stretch before and after. It's very important.
That's right. You stretch before and after. But after a run, you tend to get tighter. You tighten up. Like if your posture's bad, you might tighten up around the shoulders and like your neck might be sore the next day. Right. But I'm not like that. I'm not tight. I'm not. If this was a run, this is like the smoothest, most flexible, loose run I've ever.
You're so loose. You're so loose. Well, let's not waste that looseness before you start to tighten up, and let's get right into our first segment, which is semi-pertinent news.
It's semi-pertinent news. It's semi-pertinent news, where you get the news and you get the news. Hey everybody, come get the news. It's semi-pertinent news. Do.
Badoop. All right, semi-pertinent news. We have very pertinent news. Especially if you are listening to this on December 1st, Adult Swim has started the 12 Days of Rickmas. This is a contest, a giveaway that they are doing for the first 12 days in December. If you go to adultswim.wyng.com/12 Days of Rickmas. Or go to their social media. You can go to the Rick and Morty social media or Adult Swim social media. They're promoting it out there. They are giving away different surprise items, unless you read the official rules, surprise items out for the 12 Days of Rickmas. So make sure you're following. Make sure that you're checking in with that. You can win some free Rick and Morty stuff. Maybe some of it will be discussed in our holiday gift guide. Maybe some of it will have also been featured in the Adult Swim Fest. Who knows? I mean, we do because we read the rules. But
yeah,
cool they're doing that.
Yeah, that is real. I mean, it is such perfect timing. It's like we're Adult Swim and us are just in cahoots. That we're in simpatico, and it couldn't be further from the truth. We're not tied to them.
Yeah, we were planning the show, and I was like, I was on social media. I was like, hey, they're starting this. We should talk about that tonight.
Yeah, we were like, hey, DMs, Adult Swim DMs. Look, we got this idea. Get your lawyers to draft it up. And
how quick can you throw a multi-week contest together for the sake of our podcast? Huh? Yeah, like 5 minutes, 10? What?
Are the other companies who are partnered with you on board already? Because I can make some calls.
I can make some calls as soon as you give me their phone numbers. I can make those calls. It's not a problem.
Yeah, but yeah, that is cool. And looking at the rules, it's just real quick. You can find all, and I think that's a legal thing where they have to, because you can't be gambling. Like they have to be very open about like what they're giving away. So yeah, head out there. Some cool stuff. There's one thing that I don't actually know what it is. But go check it out. Go to adultswim.com, YNG.com, 12 Days of Rickmas, and good luck. 10 people a day, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's 10 per prize.
10 per prize. Yeah. So 10 people a day.
Yeah, that could be you. And if it is you, let us know.
Yeah. Hey, send us a tweet and send us proof of you receiving it.
Send us the item. That's proof. No, you keep it. Enjoy it.
Yeah. But speaking of getting things and enjoying it, new game systems are all the rage right now.
War.
You've got
war never changes. To include the console wars of 2020.
You got the Switch, brand new. Nintendo just brought it out.
Yep.
It is selling like hotcakes.
The hot console on the market, that Nintendo Switch.
One of the surprising things, Xbox has a new console out. Something Sony came out with a system I hadn't heard of before. I guess they're calling it the PS5. Is it the 5?
That sounds accurate. I think it stands for PlayStation. So a PlayStation 5. Yeah, it's a new idea. Everything's new about it.
I thought it was like the Play Game Saturn.
Yeah, that's it. Play Game Saturn.
The Play Game Saturn.
Sega Saturn. That's what it is.
The Sega Saturn. Well, so PlayStation would come out with a new console. It's all everywhere. You can't get it unless you are a bot or a bot developer who develops bots to buy as many PlayStation 5s as you can. 3,500, one source has done, and now they're trying desperately to sell. That's an apathetic enthusiasm topic, but this is Rick and Morty, and there's a PS5 ad that features Rick and Morty, where they have yet again sold out, just for that haptic touch.
What I love about this ad is Rick, like, really not being involved in the commercial. It's all Morty standing with the PS5, like, trying to give a very poorly delivered promotion for the PS5, and Rick's just in the back counting cash, counting the money, and then critiquing everything that Morty does. Don't stand in front of the console. No, don't forget to talk about this. Don't do that. It's perfect. It's a great commercial.
It's perfect
for a console. If it's anything like the PS4, will never play. So yeah.
It won't be the first brand new console I get. I will get the Xbox first. But because
Xbox
I have
Bros.
Yeah, for Xbox, and because I have just way too much money that I need. I will buy PlayStation 5.
That's how you
eventually.
play video games, right, guys?
Yeah. Okay, but all that aside, there's one final piece of the semi-pertinent news that we must get into, and of course, you know it, I know it, we both love it. It's the Dan Harmon Social Media Minute.
The Dan Harmon Social Media Minute. I'm so musically gifted, Brandon. I will say this in the world of Dan Harmon's social media activity. The last few weeks have been pretty slow. I don't know if it is a surge in COVID-19. I don't know if the writer's room is operating at a fever pitch. It may have just been a holiday week. But there have not been a lot of posts on Dan Harmon's Instagram, which is pretty much the only place that he posts. But I will say his most recent post from November 18th is a photo of a pre-COVID New York circa 2015. And this is when he first started dating his now fiancée, Normal Heller, on Instagram, Cody Heller. And there is a very long Dan Harmon-esque caption for this photo, which I will not read. I will encourage you to go out, follow Dan Harmon on Instagram if you want to read the whole thing. But it is an happy anniversary post for Dan Harmon. So happy anniversary, Dan. Happy anniversary to Cody, and good luck. Keep chugging on. Keep chugging on.
From our family to yours. Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Is it our 5-year anniversary yet?
It almost is. Almost is.
It's pretty close. So at least we've been podcasting at least 5 years, I think, or close to it.
Yeah, when do we start AE? That was like 2015.
I don't know. Maybe our relationship's as long as Dan's relationship with Cody.
Oh my God!
Podcast relationship.
It's mirrored. It's mirrored.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Just like
that. Anyway, that's the Dan Harmon social media minute. Make sure to follow him at Dan Harmon on Instagram. All right, that's it for semi-pertinent news. It is now time for the reason you listen to this show. It's time for the main thing.
It's the main thing. It's the main thing. And we're talking about Rick and Morty holiday gift guides. It's the main thing. I needed some like of those like ching 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 ching. I was trying to do like a Christmassy like an upbeat kind of Christmassy thing.
Shaking two D20s in your hand does not have the same kind of. It doesn't do it. It doesn't do it.
It doesn't. When I used to go to church as a budding Catholic, there's a part in Mass where they're doing the Eucharist and stuff like that, and like do this in memory of me. And the altar boys would have like a little four thing with the bells. There's little bells and like do this in memory of me, and like. And when I was like a 6 to 8 year old, I always want to be like, I want to shake those bells.
Give me the bells.
I don't want to do anything else in this entire Mass, but I want to ring them bells.
I want to shake them bells.
I want to shake the hell out of them bells. Oh yeah. Anyways. The main thing, we're here. The main thing, we did this back in 2018. This is how long it's been since we've done this. Last year we skipped it probably because there were actual episodes of Rick and Morty. But we thought it would be a good thing this year at the start of December instead of thinking about it like right at
like
Christmas.
December 20th when like the malls are closed and you can't get your gifts shipped in time. Yeah.
That none of these things actually apply. We thought it'd be a good idea at the beginning of December to look at some of the gifts that are out there, potential Rick and Morty gifts for any Rick and Morty fan in your life, and just break them down just simply into a couple different categories as far as cost goes. That's what we're gonna do today. We've got some episode details here in the show notes. The way I had set up the forms, it talks about episode details first, and so I want to highlight those. Episode details.
I want to say we use a Google form that Brandon created every time we make a new episode of this podcast, and it's structured for an episode of Rick and Morty. So anytime I start show notes using your form about an episode, like a non-episode podcast, I just have fun with it.
You just have fun with it, and it's true here as well. Episode details, air date 2020. December 25th, written by Capitalism, directed by Greed. Our bronopsis, buy this stuff, bruh. You need more pickles in your life, bruh. So good. Congratulations, Travis. Yeah, maybe I don't go to you for musical improv, but I'm going to go to you to fill out these show notes.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah.
So the way we have broken up our holiday gift guide is basically people that you sort of know, people that you're good friends with, and then people that you have a life debt to. So basically gifts under $20, gifts under what, like 50? Gifts under $100, and then we also have some gifts that are over 100 for the people that you really like. So first up on our list is some toys, some classic toys of old. Of course, we're talking about Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels leading the way. These are Rick and Morty themed Hot Wheels cars, and there's actually like I think 6 different ones you can get. Some different vans as well as Rick's actual ship that you can also pick up. These are pretty cool.
Yeah, by the way, as we're doing this, periodically we might just talk about gifts of Rickmas past, and if we say that, we refer to things that aren't necessarily those gifts, but things that we have in our collection that we've picked up. If you've been to the Rickmobile, then you might have seen the Rickmobile. Might have bought like the Hot Wheel looking Rickmobile. as something that it's similar. It's similar to that, but instead, like it's like a van, like a Pickle Rick van. It has Jaguar on the side of it, or like, and it's like it's a Ford Transit super van that one's on.
Super van.
Yeah. What else? It's a 66 Dodge A100 van is a Rick and Morty portal.
Yeah, vans. The thing that you really want is vans. I think the coolest one of these is the Rick and Morty like ship itself. And then they have like a collector set if you want to buy all of them. I think what does it retail, like $70 or something like that?
Yeah,
for the whole set. So if you have someone in your life that is super into Hot Wheels and Rick and Morty, no brainer, guys. No brainer. Get the Hot Wheels. Get the Hot Wheels.
It's a Yule Brenner. It's a Yule Brenner, guys.
It's a Yule Brenner. Moving on. Another thing that we are fond of are trading pins. The enamel pins. These are just hot everywhere. And our friends over at Zen Monkey Studio, they do a great job with these pins. I didn't actually pull up pictures of these pins. I actually meant to grab my Zen Monkey pins. Maybe I'll just run over there and do it real quick. So why don't you talk about pins for a second?
Yeah, I have a couple of pins on my wall, my pin board right here. Ooh, look at that. So like the green screen kind of messes it up. So like there's one of them. By the way, if you're listening on a podcast and you're like driving, you're like, I can't see any of that, Brandon. But they're a good couple of cool pins. The thing they average about $10 to $12 each. They're really good quality. I picked up a bunch on a sale a bit ago. ZenMonkeyStudios.com is where to go for that stuff.
Yes. My Blips and Chits one I'm fond of, as well as my President Morty with his glass of whiskey.
Oh.
Throwback to our pre-show. They're great pins, and the quality is fantastic. So if you have a pin collector, check out Zen Monkey Studios for those pins.
Yeah.
What are those range in price?
10 to $12 each. But then Josh has he sets up collections for a handful of them, different collections for them. I tend not to get the collections normally because they always have one or two that I'm like, I don't really want that one or need that one, and then, like it ruins the whole. I don't know why I don't just get them. Whatever.
Just get the collection. Just get it, Brandon.
It's like if you have one M&M in a bowl full of Skittles, you're like, I don't know which one of these Skittles is going to be an M&M. I don't want any of the Skittles anymore.
That sounds awful. That sounds awful.
Speaking of colors, though, next thing on our list is there over on Amazon. There are a handful of Rick and Morty coloring books. So like adult coloring books are a thing nowadays. Maybe they've been that way for a good couple of years now, but there are some Rick and Morty coloring books. With us having talked to the folks behind the Bird Person comic, Leonardo Ito, talking about like coloring, right? There is part of me that wants to get a Rick and Morty coloring book so I can also see like, I want to see what colors I can come up with and to make a scene dynamic. So those average kind of anywhere from like $11 to $15 out there.
Yeah, and with the art of Rick and Morty, like there's so many crazy creatures and characters and things. Like the Rick and Morty coloring books is just an opportunity if you really love the artwork to kind of put your own spin on it, which I think is a great idea. And
yeah,
and like still fairly cheap. Like you could still be like, yeah, here's a coloring book. I was thinking of you. Yeah,
here you go, 9-year-old son of mine. But talking about admiring the art, one thing I didn't appreciate as a kid, Travis, was calendars. And well, guess what? 2021 is right around the corner. What better time to get your loved one a calendar of something they love, Rick and Morty, than Christmas?
That's right.
That's right. Go ahead.
So the Rick and Morty 2021, it's a I think a 16-month calendar. It's very stylized, I think. This year it has all of the artwork in it has like these like blues and pinks and greens. I may have thumbed through it a little bit at the local Target recently. But it's coming off of the 2020 calendar that on that calendar said, I think, like the darkest year of our adventures or something. Which the foreshadowing of that being that it's a 2020 calendar. None of that on the cover of this calendar. Much more fun and bright, but a great way to track the months of the year while also enjoying some Rick and Morty art.
Last year's calendar was it felt like a fan made calendar in many ways. I don't know if you looked at that calendar. It was just like the classic images of Rick and Morty and all the characters, just with their one, like a famous phrase and quotes. Next to it. And it was like something I would have come up with if I was like, I need to make a few bucks and I'm going to put this on a knockoff website. So it's good. It's good to see that this year it's going to look better. So yeah, head out there. Got a couple things here. The next up is a game that Travis and I both have. We got this from Cryptozoic, the card and game manufacturer, and it is the Total Recall card game. This is the one. If you remember Total Recall, it's the one with all the parasites, and I don't remember if you and I played this together. We must have.
We had to. I think maybe you brought it out to my house when you came to visit while you were moving.
Maybe you were in Colorado with me.
Maybe
you came to visit me. It was something like that.
There was a moment in the last few years where we played a hand of this game. I feel like.
Yes. Yeah. And it is a fun game. There are two modes in this game. We probably talked about this on the podcast at one point in time. There are two modes where you're basically trying to figure out who the parasite is, and if it's just two of you, there's a fun mode where you're working cooperatively. But if there's more than two of you, if there's three, for example, which is 1 and 2, if my math serves me correctly, then one person will actually be the parasite, and you're trying to guess who that is as well, with everything going on. So that is a fun game. I recommend that. $15 out there.
D-Squeeze says we played it at Disney Springs.
Oh.
I don't know if that's accurate or not, but maybe it is. Maybe we did. Maybe we played it there.
Where did we? Damn it! Where did? We'll talk about that in the after show. I'll make a note of it that our memories are bad because we're old people.
But while we're talking about board games, there are other board games and things that you can pick up for not a lot of money. One of those being, I want to get it up on the screen here, Rick and Morty Yahtzee. Rick and Morty Yahtzee. It comes in a cool Mr. Meeseeks ball with some Rick and Morty character faces on the dice. Outside of that, it's just Yahtzee.
It's Yahtzee.
Also, if you're into puzzles, which I've got a couple of those, I think, in here.
Yeah. That Yahtzee, $35, which isn't anything to shirk your wallet about. Those words don't go together.
I skipped over. I skipped into the next category with Yahtzee. But these puzzles will keep you under the $20 mark. We have the Rickverse puzzle, which is sort of like a hyper stylized version of that first planet, the Megaseed planet that they go to in the pilot episode. This puzzle looks like a bear, just with the colors. It might be a good challenge.
Yeah.
To put
that that puzzle is in my background image, I think, like over there somewhere. But Chase Botwin, friend of the show on Twitter, mentioned that is a badass looking puzzle. So shout out to him. Yeah, and he sent me a screenshot of that highlighted in the picture that I posted a couple days ago.
The other puzzle on the list is the Shy Pooper puzzle. This is a 1,000-piece puzzle of Rick sitting on his private throne in his private pooping place. I've done 2 puzzles in the last week, or 2 weeks, mostly due to COVID. Everybody loves puzzles. You gotta love puzzles.
You did 2
right?
puzzles? Jeez.
Well, I did a puzzle, and then because I was in quarantine for 2 weeks, so I did a puzzle in quarantine, and then I came out of quarantine, and my son had bought a Pokemon puzzle that he had like barely started, and I was like, bro, like you did it on the dining room table. We gotta eat. Like, so I just started slapping jigsaw pieces together.
Slapping it. It looks nothing like Pikachu. It actually.
It was like a fight poster for like a boxing match type fight, but it was like Charizard versus Gyarados or something. So it was like red and blue.
You haven't seen The Fly, right? You haven't seen The Fly with Jeff Goldblum?
No, I've seen clips of it, but I haven't seen the whole movie.
Okay. All right. Next time you go into quarantine, that is a movie you have to watch. Because I was going to make a reference about Pikachu looking like the fly at the very, very end when it's mixed with Machine, and you wouldn't have gotten it. So anyway, but I don't know what image you're going to pull up next, but I want to talk about this herb grinder. Well, there's two things. There's I'll talk about the string float here in a minute.
Okay, so we can pull up the herb grinder, which falls into our most unique gift, I think, or most eccentric gift. Because you never know, like maybe someone in your family really loves fresh herbs, and they maybe have them for medical reasons or whatever it might be. Maybe they just really enjoy them. But this allows you to grind those herbs down. So if you're like have a lot of fresh oregano on hand, whatever it might be.
Yeah,
I
saw this on Amazon, and I think humans are so accustomed now to seeing something online that says herb and being like, okay, all right, look, slow down with your CBDs and your pot, all right? We know you're legal and you're getting legalized there. We don't need that. You on Amazon now too. It's fine, actually. I'm okay with that. But so my first thought was like, man, they're getting really bold with this herb grinding. And then I was like, oh, well, right. Thyme, oregano, rosemary, all that type of stuff. But I was like, I don't know if anybody will ever want to buy this. I don't know why this niche type of gift is there, but I wanted to talk about it.
It has a Pickle Rick face on it.
grind your herb. 17, and plus I don't think you're supposed to grind those buds. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're supposed to grind.
No, I don't, Brandon. But if you're not into herbs, and maybe you've got a pool where you like to enjoy a beverage, then maybe this Rick and Morty drink float is more your speed. This is an inflatable Rick and Morty ship that is perfectly sized to hold your red Solo cup of beverage. You fill it with air and it floats around the pool. This I think is actually kind of cool. And how much is this? This is
it's like $17.
Yeah. So still under that $20 category. We're starting to get into that like I'm a little bit more than an acquaintance. We're gonna start getting into that like under $100 but over $20 category with some of these. But yeah, like and with that in mind, maybe your drink likes to float, but then what are you gonna do? Like tread water the whole time?
You can't do that. I don't. No. You gotta float. You gotta float too.
Listen,
you gotta be like that clown from that one scary movie.
Yeah, we all float. So make sure to get your own human-sized pool float as well, with the giant trash can inflatable, propulsion mechanisms on the side. This is, I mean, this is cool if you got a pool. It does not come with the shirtless dude in the picture. Sorry, if you're watching on stream, shirtless dude not included on the pool float.
That is too bad. I just wish I had a pool to be able to enjoy that more. It's just not the same in the bathtub or the shower even.
It's not the same. I'm trying to find where's the full size pool float. I'm getting all out of order here.
Oh, it looks like you have the full size pool float. I thought that was right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a price on it.
Oh, okay. No, it's in the second category.
Yeah.
It's $30.
$30. See,
$30.
Still good. Still good.
Still good. Scary Terry Folds. I just want to point this out. Watching on Facebook, saying that the drink float comes with two. And I just want to say that he probably has all of these things that we're talking about.
Yes.
So if you're trying to get him any gifts for Christmas, you know what? Probably want to look somewhere else.
What do you get for the man that has everything? That's everything Rick and Morty anyway. That man is Scary Terry Folds.
Philosophy.
Make sure to follow him on Instagram to see his amazing collection of Rick and Morty items.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some printed media, if you will. We're going to talk about a few books that you can get. Something that we were ranting and raving about over the last year was the Rick and Morty vs. D&D comic series. You can get Volume 1 and Volume 2 coming out. These are about $20 for the paperback version. I like the hardback version of season or Volume 1. This book is phenomenal. If you are into Dungeons and Dragons and Rick and Morty, and you have not read this yet, do yourself a favor, go check it out. If you buy these trade paperback versions, you also get to see all the different variant covers and things like that. Those are all listed in the back, and the hard copy actually has a small D&D adventure as well that you can play with your friends if you want to enter the Temple of Glorb and have a little pre-made one-shot adventure with your D&D friends. Make sure to check that out.
Yeah, and so Volume 1 and Volume 2 are both for $20 out there. You pick them up. I didn't finish Volume 2. But it was still the first two issues that I did read were just as good as the first. So I highly recommend. You mentioned the little campaign, not even a full, as like a scenario,
like a one-shot type thing.
Yeah. In the back, those aren't explicitly Rick and Morty. They're very, very loosely Rick and Morty, if anything. Mm-hmm. But there is elsewhere on our list is the D&D versus Ram D&D set, which you can pick up, which is tailored towards Rick and Morty. That is $30 out there. I put it as collectibles. I don't know why. It's because it's actually a game, but yeah, that is still something that we're gonna do someday.
Yeah, we keep talking about it and then going back to Arayu. But I will say I have gone through the this Rick and Morty set. It comes with a DM screen. It comes with a rule book. This is a great set if maybe you and your friends want to start D&D and not everybody's familiar with the game. You have some brand new players. There are pre-generated character sheets in here that are based on the characters from the Rick and Morty vs. Dungeons and Dragons comics. And then what I really like about it is the campaign book is written like Rick wrote it. So the language and the perspective of the campaign is written like Rick is the dungeon master. So highly recommend this for your D&D and Rick and Morty fans. And then hopefully we'll play it someday.
Hope isn't a course of action as I'm told sometimes. We just have to do. Since we're on the, I want to talk about. We were talking about books. I kind of messed this up with the D&D stuff. But there are a couple of other books out there. Of course, The Art of Rick and Morty is out there. James Siciliano is credited for it. A great book. It is big. It is full of art. We talked with Sabrina Mati about it at some point in time. She got some turnarounds in there. It's so cool. I love art books, even though I never look at them. I think that's the appeal of art books is you buy them and then you set them on your coffee table and you're like, look how cultured I am.
Yeah, coffee table books. I have like a handful of art books that live down at the bottom of the shelf where it's like, oh, that's a pop culture, property that I really enjoy the art of. Let me get the art book, and then I can go back years from now and appreciate the art without being like, how do I play Overwatch again? I don't. Yeah, WASD what? So yeah, art books are great, and the Art of Rick and Morty Volume 2 is available, I believe, for pre-order. Is that correct?
Pre-order. It's coming out in 2021. Right now, we bought that art book. Right now, I think that art book is like $20 or something like that.
They're usually average around like 50-ish.
Okay,
or so.
It's the first volume is $28 out on Amazon. The pre-order one is $80, and I'm not really sure why it's so much. I think they're going to add some extra stuff to it. But that's what I caught it out there. So if you have an art lover out there, if you have someone who appreciates the animation process and some behind the scenes stuff, highly recommend that piece.
Yeah, I will say when I bought the original art book, it only goes into like season 2, I think, maybe parts of season 2. So there's a lot of other great art from the show that is not in the original art book. So I'm excited to take a look at this second volume, and it looks like it's got like some stickers or little other collectibles with it as well. So that'd be something to check out.
Yeah, it's something to check out, Travis. At least something. Moving down the list. I must have messed up my categories because it's not matching up right here on my spreadsheet. So I apologize to me. Travis doesn't care. I am apologizing to me.
I just have to scramble to find the picture once I figure out what we're going to talk about.
Okay. Well, why don't you pick the next thing?
All right. Let's talk about t-shirts.
Okay.
Everybody has to wear clothes. And there are no shortage of Rick and Morty t-shirts, although some of them are better than others. This first t-shirt is actually a Pocket Morty's t-shirt. If you're a fan of Pocket Morty's, the mobile game, this is a recipe guide t-shirt that actually has the recipes for how to make a bunch of different I don't know, what are they called in Pocket Morty's?
Yeah, like if you've played Pocket Morty's, you know that you can like find stuff on the ground, and then you can create like antimatter, you can create portals, and you can create batteries and stuff like that. And so the shirt is just the recipes of you put this together, you put that together, and you get this. It's one of those shirts. I don't even have a term for it. I should come up with a term for it. There's probably a term for it already. Of you and a very select few people are going to understand this reference. Yeah. And when somebody gets it, then you're gonna be like, yes, you're the man.
I see you, fellow human. That's a good one. We just got done talking about D&D, but this is a sort of crossover Rick and Morty D&D. It is in the style of like the original Dungeons and Dragons cover art, but this has some slut dragons on it instead, and some old wizards and things like that. So I don't know. I think this is a pretty good shirt. While we're sticking with shirts, this one's a little bit harder to see on the video, but this is a butter robot shirt. This one I believe is available at Hot Topic, and again we'll have links to all this stuff for you guys so that you can. So if you go to the show notes, you'll be able to get links to all of these items. But this is like a deconstructed butter bot, so sort of like a blown out isometric blueprint of the butter robot, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I look, there are so many shirts out there, and I spent maybe about 2 hours just going through a bunch of gifts, and I saw like just clothing, shirt after shirt after shirt after shirt, and I realized, if you like shirts, go to TeePublic.
Yeah, apatheticenthusiasm.com/shop.
Hot Topic, anywhere. There are so many cool shirts out there. These are like the first three that jumped out, and you'll find something that sticks with your you or your family or friends' sensibilities.
Absolutely. What else we got? I mean, what better than the show itself? If you know a fan of the show that enjoys physical media, then season 4's Blu-ray came out a couple of months ago. You can pick up season 4 just about anywhere. And if season 4 is like your first one, you can also pick up all the other seasons. Pick up every season of Rick and Morty on Blu-ray.
All of them.
Whether
Special
you watch
features get really great to
varying quality on the special features. But we love the commentaries on the first few seasons. And if they don't like physical media, then maybe just get them an HBO Max subscription where you can catch every episode of Rick and Morty on there as well. So, this is so that, when HBO Max goes away, I can say, well, I still have them.
Yes.
But,
right. Because you will always own your physical media.
Exactly.
HBO Max, they can die tomorrow. Mr. HBO Max could have a heart attack or a stroke tomorrow. And
then where are you? Where are you in your
where's Max's legacy? Dead. It's buried.
It's gone.
He's
buried in the backyard.
To talk about the DVDs. Already mentioned one game. There are a handful of games that we want to talk about that are out there that we've played in various shapes or forms. Probably me, because I have more board games, which is funny because it's just Chelsea and me and the 9-year-old. It's not necessarily ideal for board games. He's getting older.
You underestimate how many board games we have at this house, Brandon.
That's true. That's true. But the first board game I reviewed it. I did like back when I was trying to do YouTube stuff, which surprisingly has more views than I thought would have. Is the Anatomy Park board game, which is also by Cryptozoic. It's out there. This game is really, really unique and is fun. It's fun because it's a tile type game. Same thing with like Haunting on House of the Hill or Betrayal at the House of the Hill, where like you set up your tiles and you're building a theme park as you go. It's kind of like a SimCity-ish sensibility to it. It's the second time I said sensibility in this episode, by the way. It is really cool. I've played it. I would love to play it more now that actually I'm looking at it again. I'm like, oh shit! Oh yeah, I have that. We should play it. High recommend. It's only $20 out there on Amazon. But that's not the only game that we have. I'm the one with all the board games right here in front of me. So also, Rick and Morty Munchkin.
Oh yeah, I need to pick up a copy of that one. I think so that I have one at my house too.
if you don't know what Munchkin is, Munchkin is like the beginner's intro to like fantasy role playing with like building up character. Like if you haven't played World of Warcraft, you haven't played any of this type of games, you're like, oh, here's some fantasy tropes, and okay, we're building off of it. Well, not saying that Munchkin Rick and Morty is good for that, but it has some of that sensibility to it. It's fun. High recommend for Rick and Morty Munchkin. There is a Pop Funko. By the way, we don't have any other Pop things on this list because they're just so many. If you want something, go get it. You can find it. I'm sure.
Pops. Yeah, it's easy.
But they do have a Pop does have a series of board games where you can mix and match the boards. So there's like Golden Girls out there. There's Harry Potter.
Yeah. A bunch of them.
There's a Jaws one that I saw, which actually I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get that. But there are 2 figurines in it. There is a single board. You just play it with 2 players. I played it with my son. It was all right. It was all right. The expansions I think would be great. If you had more people, it would be better. The game that Chelsea really likes is this game, also by Cryptozoic, called the Morty Zone, which is based off of the premiere episode of season 4. Rick Die, Rick Pete, and it is a dice game. It is a dice game. It's hard to explain, one because I haven't played it in a while, but it's I can't remember what it's compared to. But basically, like you're rolling die and you're trying
Yahtzee? Is that
no? Well, I guess in a way it is kind of Yahtzee-ish. But you're trying to, you probably can't see this as much, but you're trying to get rid of numbers, and you're trying to mark down numbers as you go.
Oh, it's like I have that game. I think it's called Quicks. That if that's what that game is, like that is a fantastic game.
It is good.
Can you only move like left to right on certain numbers and right to left on other numbers or something like that, or like certain colors or something?
No, you don't move left to right. You erase the number. So if like you roll your 2 dice and you get a 2, then you erase the 2.
Oh, but like do 2 of the rows count up and 2 of the rows count down, and you can't move backwards or something like that? I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. That game, I have a game that's like that. That's phenomenal. We love playing it.
I think you like roll 2 dice, and if you get like say it's like a 1 and a 2, you can say I want to take 1 die, and that's the 1, or I take the second die, which is a 2. So you cross off the 1, or you cross off the 2, or you add them up and you cross off the 3, and so that is how the rounds are played.
All right, you should.
Farkle. God damn. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. It's Farkle.
That's true. That's true.
this other game, if you have somebody in your life whose distinct fandoms include Rick and Morty and the new hit Netflix show, The Queen's Gambit, if some person falls into that Venn diagram, then we have the game for you, and that's the Rick and Morty collector's chess set. This is a chess set that all of the figures are Rick and Morty characters. So obviously you have Rick, Morty, you have Snuffles, Snowball in his mech suit. All of the pawns are Meeseeks. You also have Phoenix Person, Gearhead. There is a Worm Jerry. Is a Rook. The tough Summer from the sort of Mad Max sort of area. So yeah, all kinds of there's an evil Morty queen. So lots of little characters. So if somebody's getting really into chess because of the hit show on Netflix, Queen's Gambit, which will be discussed on an upcoming episode of Apathetic Enthusiasm, maybe next week.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason you'd buy this.
Otherwise, it's a chess set. It's a chess set. So
it is a chess set. My favorite chess set is my Simpsons chess set. So I want to see the quality of the pieces, and I will probably pick this up, or I might try to win it on the 12 Days of Rickmas. Spoiler: it's one of the days.
Is it?
Go
Is
look
it
at the
one of
rules.
days? Go look
Yeah,
at
it is. Yeah, go look at the
how
rules.
much is that chess? That chess set is
like
$69.99, so $70
Yeah.
for that chess set. So, I mean, here we're getting into. I'm going to be real honest with you guys because they're not paying us to do any of this. Looking at the pictures of this chess set, I hope they're painted well because the pieces did not look to be painted that great on the box art. So. I mean, if somebody loves chess and Rick and Morty, pick this up for them. If they're just into, cool figures and stuff like that, then maybe stick with figures. If you want to do something that's like a little bit more than just like a pop vinyl figure, maybe pick up Slippery Stairs, the lovable slug from Morty's first adventure. Where that they ride down the stairs. This one is a pretty good quality collectible figure that is not gonna absolutely break the bank. It is still under $100 for old Slippery. This would be a cool item to have like on your desk or something like that.
Yeah.
If you're a big Rick and Morty fan.
On Amazon, it looks like there's only one left in stock, so order soon. Amazon Bezos tells me specifically. Kid Robot is the designer of that figurine, which they do good stuff. Before we move on to the more expensive things, there's one piece of tech that you and I we both really enjoy. You got to hit them up directly. That's right, our pocket operators. The Teenage Engineering Pocket Operator PO 137, still such a cool thing. It is always hanging next to me. I don't play it nearly as much as I would like to play with it because I forget about it because it is so small.
I had this on a plane once, and I was just like making little beats and stuff while I was on a plane, and somebody that I work with, we're on the trip together, and like after we landed and everything, they're like, "What was that thing you were messing with?" Because honestly, if you don't buy any kind of like protective case or anything like that, it's a very kind of bare bones circuit board looking device. The Rick and Morty one has some great art. The screen on it is all Rick and Morty artwork as well, and then it comes preloaded with like 16 or I think 15 different Rick and Morty sound bites that you can use to make your favorite techno hip hop mixes. I don't know if you can play one of those. Hours of enjoyment.
Hours of enjoyment.
They're really, if you've never messed around with pocket operators, if somebody's really into making music and things like that, definitely check these out. Pocket operator is probably gonna set you back about $95 for the PO 137 version. But we did a whole thing on the pocket operators in a previous episode. So yeah, check these out. They're a lot of fun.
It's so cool. It could be really fun. I'll mess with it later. R10X mentioning making some PO music. We will someday, and maybe we'll get like 7 different ones of these because that company is solid.
Yeah, they're legit. I need to get some new AAAs because I think my batteries are dead in mine. But otherwise, I'd mess with them as well. But yeah, we really do need to make some pocket operator music. Finally, shout out to B Tom. If you caught our Adult Swim Fest episode, we did an interview with B-Tom from Miracle Seltzer. They are still slinging that pickle seltzer out there. So if you have a seltzer fan in your life, you can pick up a pack of pickle seltzer from Miracle Seltzer. $25 will get you a case of that. And surprise somebody, the pickle fan in your life, with some Miracle Seltzer. All right.
Or enter the 12 days of Rickmas. It's one of the days. Okay.
Yeah. Pay attention to Rickmas, guys. All right. Let's get into the nitty gritty. These are the cream of the crop, the tippity top. These are the over $100 items that are for only the nearest and dearest Rick and Morty fan in your life, or for yourself because you got a ton of gift cards and you don't know what to do with them. So first off, this figure is these are awesome. These are from Mondo. These are the Mondo 11.5-inch figures with Pickle Rick and Rat. If you're watching the video, excuse me, this comes with Rick and Morty, but you don't just get one option, right? For Rick and Morty, you get 3 different Rick heads, 3 different Morty heads, to include an evil Morty head. You get replaceable arms. There's accessories. There's Morty's Mind Blowers helmet. There's Plumbus. There's what you call it? I don't know. A portal gun. There's all kinds of stuff. So these are high quality, large figures, and you can mix and match and kind of swap them out. They look really great, and like having like almost a foot tall statue of Rick that you can kind of swap different things out with it. It's awesome.
Yeah, that deluxe set, it looks like it's sold out right now on the website. But that is really cool. They have a lesser set for 100 even, and that is it's Rick and Morty with exchangeable heads. The Morty's Mind Blower helmet is on there with interchangeable memories, so you can change the color out. But that is out there. Mondo has a couple of other things. Since we're on the topic of Mondo, there is one that's coming out. It's on pre-order, and this is what you do for pre-order. It's a Rick and Morty statue, and this is the tippity top. This is the most expensive thing, other than like a pinball machine, that you might want for your Rick and Morty fan in your life. It's an exclusive, and what it is it's Rick and Morty standing on top of a rock, and there's like a portal on the bottom that's kind of shooting. It might be a portal, it might be like acid or some kind of green goop.
Yeah.
But there's tentacles coming out there. Morty's looking scared. Rick is looking happy with some kind of portal gun. And this deluxe Mondo exclusive has Squanchy wrapped in one of the tentacles. Looks like he's pretty scared. This exclusive is in pre-order $270. That's how much this one is. It looks really cool.
It looks really cool. It would look great on top of the speaker right here that currently has a pop with like the snake jazz snakes and stuff and Space Rick on it. But I mean, this is for the person that goes above pop. Pop vinyls are below them, and they really want these kind of collectibles.
So Scary Terry, when you get this, let us know.
Yeah, send us a picture. Let us know how it looks. A couple other things. These are gifts that haven't always been. I mean, like the soundtrack on vinyl, right? This is a two record set. This was available at the first Adult Swim Fest. These are harder and harder to get your hands on. So these this is like $100. I think you can find it on Amazon now.
Yeah.
But if you have a vinyl lover in your life, record vinyl, then this is a good option. I listen to them on Spotify. They're still the music's still great, but I regret not picking up this set out at the Adult Swim Fest because now I have a record player and I could actually use it. But
yeah. I haven't opened mine up. I'm afraid to.
That's fair.
I'm afraid to. Travis, what can I say?
You're a scared person. You're a scared person. And then finally, the other high-priced item that we will name drop is, of course, the Butterbot. The Butter Robot is available. This was announced at the most recent Adult Swim Fest online. These are still in pre-order. You can pre-order them now at, I think it's thebutterrobot.com.
Yeah.
And keep your eyes on that Rickmas giveaways as well with this one. But this is going to be like a programmable robot that you can actually, move around and use to pass your own butter at home. And we're going to get more information about the Butter Robot in an upcoming episode. So if you are particularly excited about this gift, make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast, following on social media or over on Twitch or YouTube for an upcoming episode where we will be discussing more about the Butter Robot.
Yes. And I do want to say this: the Butter Robot, when it was first announced, I was kind of ho-hum about it, but the Butter Robot is created by a company called Digital Dream Labs, which a lot of people may not know that unless you have kids who are interested in robots and programming, because Digital Dream Labs came up with this robot called Cosmo, which I bought my son for Christmas last year. And basically it's a robot that it has a camera on it. It recognizes your face, and you can program it to remember your face. So my son was like, look at the camera. I looked at the camera, and then he programmed a name for it. It's like Dad. And so whenever this little robot is like rolling around like the kitchen table, and it turns to me, it's like, whoa, hello, Dad. But then it looks at Chelsea, my wife.
What is my purpose?
Hello, Mom. What is my purpose? And it has little arms in it, and there's little blocks that go with it. So it'll you can play games with it, and it will recognize the blocks, and it'll go grab a block, and it'll go stack it on top of another block. Once I realized that Digital Dream Labs is doing the Butter Robot, like my interest jumped dramatically, because I know how cool that stuff is, and especially for kids who are like learning programming and learning basic scripting. I was like, okay, yeah, you
sold me. You sold me on the Butter Robot.
Yeah. So I'm excited to learn more about them and talk to you folks about it in a future episode. But those are only on pre-order. Those are pre-order. They ship in like April or May time frame.
So you're gonna have to print out a picture of it and wrap that. But but if you're interested in it, definitely hop in those pre-orders. Pre-orders like $147 right now, and those are gonna jump up once they hit retail fully. I think probably more than 200. I think is what I saw for those. So take advantage of that pre-order if you can.
Now, a couple things. Those are the things that jumped out at us that we think that any Rick and Morty fan that you care about would be interested in, if they don't have this stuff already. There are a few things that we reached out on social media, and some folks sent back to us. Primarily Scary Terry Folds. I already mentioned Chase into the Rick first, the puzzle, the Rick and Morty dice game that is not Yahtzee, that is not the One True Morty, the Morty Zone dice game. That is coming out. I think that's coming out in the next couple. I have a link here. I don't know why I don't just click it. It's from Entertainment Earth. $8. This one, it's coming in January 2021, so it'll be a little bit late to the stocking stuffer.
Yeah, New Year's present. I don't know. maybe pick it up for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, maybe pick it up for Valentine's Day. Also, a couple of geekjerseys.com. They have some cool jerseys out there, geek jerseys, if you will, of scary Terry. There's a Squanchers jersey, and then there is a Pickled Rick's jersey, and they look like they don't look like football jerseys, but they kind of look like hockey jerseys. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
They kind of remind. I mean, they almost remind me a little bit of like what I keep wanting to say Silent Bob, Kevin Smith, like used to wear when he just used to wear hockey jerseys all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's some solid ones in here, to include Scary Terry's number 13 jersey, which is pretty great.
Yeah, that's right. And then a final shout out to Ghosts of Rick Mit's Past. I have do yourself a favor. Even though Symbiote Studios doesn't do any Rick and Morty plushes anymore, they still have some really, really good products. I know they have a Omar, my buddy Omar, just told me about a Transformers stuff that Symbiote Studios is doing. For the podcast listeners, I'm showing a Lawyer Morty and a Stool Morty plush. They are such good quality. So I wanted to give them a shout out because they've always done good products, and they were working with us back in the season 3, season 4 break, and the timing didn't work out for anybody. So
yeah. But I mean, the quality of those plushes were fantastic. I don't know if you can find any more of the Rick and Morty stuff, but if you play Overcooked, I mean, they got Overcooked stuff on there.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight, Transformers, all kinds of good stuff. So go check those out. Once again, if you heard any of these gifts, if they piqued your interest, check out the show notes or head over to our website for a full list of all of the gifts from the holiday gift guide, and we'll have some links so that you can pick those up. Thank you guys so much for listening to these. I mean, the world of Rick and Morty merchandise is vast and far-reaching. Just about anything you can think of, you can get with like a Pickle Rick on it. But a lot of this stuff is stuff that either we've played or the designs of it really stood out to us as being, something that kind of rises above the general, Target rack Rick and Morty shirt or something like that. So, if you have other gifts or things that you absolutely love, whether it's something you've received or something that you're getting for someone, share those with us. Head over to Twitter at Rick and Morty Pod. Let us know. We'd love to share those as well. And just thanks for gifting. Happy gifting, guys.
Happy gifting, happy holiday season to everyone. This won't be the last time we talk to you in the month of December, but we do want to say, merry holidays to everyone.
With a punch in the face. We have to cover our last segment of the show, which is, of course, listener suggestions and short outs. We've had some fantastic folks here in the Twitch chat. D Squeeze always holding it down, hosting us. Big thanks to Buttery Brown Skin who followed us recently, and then of course Scary Terry Folds, R10 and X, both sharing tons of stuff, including all of those geek jerseys. And then Restreambot always hanging out in the chat. We love having the bot that helps us with that. And with that, I will say, if you are a fan of the video versions of the podcast, or you like watching live on Monday nights, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/apatheticenthusiasm, because we are getting ready to sort of mix things up with how our videos and our live streams are going to be working. So if you want to make sure you're there Monday nights for live recordings, then head over to Twitch. Make sure you're following over there. It doesn't cost you anything. And then, of course, we will still maintain our YouTube with Apathetic Enthusiasm, where you can catch videos over there as well. So, Brandon, any final thoughts? Any last minute gift suggestions?
the last thing I can offer to you, a gift, if you will, a gift from me to you, is the gift of caring for your fellow human being. Take that as you may, but please take it in good faith and in good tidings, and make sure that you wake up every day recharged with the gift of life, the gift of knowing that you are a human on this planet today, tomorrow, and even when you die the next day. I'm Brandon Cruz, and this was Interdimensional RSS.
All right, and I'm Travis. Thanks, guys. We will see you next time.
Goodbye.
If you are watching the stream,
don't go
anywhere. Do not leave. We've got our post show happening right now, so don't go away. The formal portion of our evening is over, and now it's time to catch Matt up on the fact that we did an hour and a half long podcast, and he is just showing up for the end of it. Hey guys, this time is for you. So yeah. One, thanks for being with us.
Matt is actually here's what Matt is wondering. What is happening? He's like, oh, it's Monday. Brandon records a podcast every single Monday at the exact same time, every week.
But why is he doing it this Monday?
Why is he doing it this Monday? And then the other part is he asked me earlier to play Civilization 6, and he's not playing Civilization 6 with me. He is podcasting on a Monday night. What's going on? Oh,
unbelievable.
Shit. That reminds me. I need to go to your Twitter.
Okay, let's break this down. So I have been on Twitter over a decade. I used to be on Twitter all the time. And then it got to a point where I just would tweet about like NBA basketball and a couple random tweets. And then I just kind of stopped tweeting on my own Twitter because we were doing Apathetic Enthusiasm and Interdimensional RSS and managing so much other social media that I wasn't worried about my own Twitter. So months ago, I think at this point, I decided I'm gonna hop back on Twitter and see how it's going. And I put a tweet out there that was just like, "How's everybody doing? What's up?" And then you and Matt go to work by commenting a single letter on that tweet.
Yep.
Which begins what I mean, you could describe it better than me, but a lifelong communication strategy between you and your best friend Matt, where you will just send the letter O to each other back and forth as text messages or as chats.
Yeah.
But this has become the platform in which you decided to just comment the letter O to each other over and over again.
Yeah.
On my one random tweet. And every day, I think without fail, I get multiple notifications saying that either Brandon or Matt has replied to my tweet, and it's the single letter O. Anytime I check my Twitter notifications, you have 6 new Twitter notifications. It's just you two typing O back to each other. But I will have you know I have not silenced those notifications. And I feel honored that my tweet could be the one that you guys decide to cyberbully.
Let me just say how happy I am that you have not silenced our notifications, because you very easily could. And
there it is.
As we continue to do exactly that, now I'm what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to add a video to the back of my It's not good. It's not going to do it. It's a stupid thing.
A video to your, like a live video to your background.
Yeah. No, here it comes. Oh, it's below the minimum resolution. Boo. Never mind.
Boo,
Screw
not
it.
Cool. Zoom.
So Matt and I, it was a couple years ago. By a couple years ago, I mean like over 10, 15. Where I don't remember where. I don't know if I started it, if he started it, but I remember saying like, "Oh hi," and like Matt and I would just say "Oh hi" to each other, and he has a deep voice,
You asked for it. Here it is.
Oh hi, and so I say "Oh hi," he say "Oh hi," and then we just changed. Eventually, just shortened it to "Oh," and so every single morning, he and I, to this day, like we went to high school together. He would give me a ride to school or whatever, and I'd call him, and then I'd be like, "Oh," and he'd make stupid noises, right? Back and forth, at like 7 a.m, making stupid noises on the phone with each other, and we both don't know when they give up. So when we went into this "oh hi" phase, we just send messages to each other, and we still do it now to this day. So we do that on Twitter. Then you show up,
and like, I show up.
How's Twitter going today? And now Matt and I are both stubborn, I think, and neither of us wants to be the one to stop saying "oh" on a tweet. And he and I made a deal, and we said we will not let a day go by where we do not say "oh" on a tweet of on that Twitter thread with Travis. And it's true. He's hit me up and he's like, "Hey, you haven't posted "oh" yet on the thread." And I send him a message like, we're playing Civ last night or the other night before. I was like, "Hey, by the way, you haven't said "oh." And he's like, "Oh shit, have I not responded?" Like, "Yeah, no, you didn't respond." Like, "Oh, I gotta go do that." And I don't know how many messages it is, but the video I was trying to show was just him scrolling on his phone of just like, "Oh."
Yep, that's a lot of them. There might be an I on there. One.
Yeah, he messed up.
Yeah, he did. And that's my contribution to it was the GIF of what's his name, Grandpa from Grandpa Simpson. When he like walks into the place and puts his hat up and then like turns around and walks right out. That was basically my experience with Twitter when the O thread started. But thankfully, there's things like do not disturb mode, so I don't get my notifications at all hours of the night. So they're just there to greet me in the morning. It's working out. It's even though I'm sure it's just between the two of you. The fact that it's happening on my tweet makes me feel involved, and I feel like I'm a part of it. So yeah, it's good to know that you guys do talk about it behind the scenes, because there are times when I'm just like, do they just check every time they check their Twitter, they're like, "Oh, I gotta put an O." Like,
I mean, a more majority of time it is exactly like that, where we'll if neither of us are busy, and it's say it's like 9 o'clock at night, and he's 2 hours behind, so it's 7 for him, and nothing's going on. I see a notification. Oh, he said "oh." I like his tweet. I say "oh," and then immediately I know he's not busy because he likes my tweet, and then he says "oh." I'm like, okay, all right, like "oh." And sometimes without speaking to each other, we know that it's a race to see how often we can say it, how quickly we can respond to the next person, like "oh," and he's pretty quick. He's pretty fast. I think he's faster than me. It's one of the few things in life that he's better at me with. Is responding. Also NFL Blitz. He's really good at NFL Blitz in baseball games because baseball sucks.
Oh, fair enough. So that is the saga of the O. If you would like to see the O thread for yourself, you can go follow @Jugglemino for NBA tweets and the ongoing O thread. You don't have to follow me. You can just go look me up, and it's like, I think it's my most recent tweet, unless I sent something about Steven Adams or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What else is going on, guys? Everybody staying safe? Everybody having a good holiday weekend and getting back into December starts tomorrow. If you're watching us in Europe, December's here. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah, and wow, one more month of 2020. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I mean, what is?
Yeah, there's the status in the chat. Thank you.
I think that URL, it says status 1-333-616-570-199-838-721. And that's how many times we've said O to each other.
It feels that way. And thank you, D Squeeze, for liking my contribution to that tweet. Yeah, there's a lot of O's. A lot of O's, guys. A lot of O's. Yeah, let's talk about this a little bit. And if you're watching this across the internet, because we are streaming on Facebook and we're streaming on YouTube, things like that, we have decided to rework how we are doing our live streams moving forward. We currently use a service called Restream to make our stream available for everybody on all those platforms. But we've done a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of figuring out the actual terms of use on these different services. And it makes sense for us to stream in one location and then post our videos in one location. So coming up pretty soon, possibly by the next Interdimensional RSS, maybe even as quick as next week with Apathetic Enthusiasm, we will not be streaming to YouTube anymore, nor any of those other platforms. So if you want to watch the stream live, head out to Twitch, twitch.tv/Apathetic Enthusiasm, and follow over there. I understand not everybody is a regular Twitch user. Not everybody's a gamer, so they're not big on Twitch. But it's really going to help us to get everybody in one chat. It's gonna feel a little bit more cohesive. We won't have that restream bot constantly repeating what everybody is saying on screen. So that should be a little bit better as well. And that is going to be the I'm losing my voice here. That is going to be the place for pre-show, post-show types of things. So if you want to catch all of these extra bits, you want to catch the post-show and that kind of stuff, that stuff is going to exist only on Twitch. So make sure that if you like this part of the show, if you like hanging out with us, make sure that you're over on Twitch. Now, if you love YouTube and maybe you're watching this on Tuesday or Wednesday or sometime in the future, the transition part, yeah, I might have. I'm gonna get a drink.
Oh shit!
I almost lost my art book.
So what Travis is saying is we right now as we're on Twitch, and Twitch is we're Twitch affiliate, which is basically means we're still nobody. But because we're affiliate, we are under some form of contract saying that we will not stream to other platforms at the same time as we're doing, which is what Restream, the program that we use, does. And we're basically under a breach of contract if we continue to restream to multiple places. But what that doesn't do is it doesn't make us unable to post that video later to the platforms that you're on. So we can post the videos to Facebook, we can post it to YouTube again later. But which isn't actually too terrible for what we're trying to do anyways, because it allows us again to build, a live community, and then centralize. Travis and I talked about this. It's like Twitch has a way of doing things. YouTube has a way of doing things live, and all these different environments, all these different platforms have very specific ways of building up and making itself better. And by using Restream, we're not doing any single one of those platforms service. We're not doing justice to any of them, and so it works out to do the live stuff on Twitch, and then build things up, build extra content up on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in terms of the YouTube content, episodes will still be there. Expect those to just be the core episode of the podcast, but those will exist as videos. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better with our descriptions and thumbnails, things like that, moving forward. So yeah, the times, they are changing. So make sure if you are here for the post show, that you're over on Twitch, because that's where they're going to exist in the future. Or something.
Twitch is great because you can do a lot more or something. That's true. Travis, you're dying.
I'm pretty sure I don't have COVID.
You got tested today, so
yeah, I should be good.
Well, Matt saying that there's a lot more that we could do on.
See, I muted myself on stream, so only you could hear that, Brandon.
I hate you. Here's not inaccurate about Twitch and doing more on Twitch. There are cool things we can do with overlays and alerts and stuff like that, where if we're on one platform, those things will happen and happen fairly well. But if we're on YouTube or on Facebook and we're like, say, somebody follows us on Twitch, it'll show up with something on video and we'll say, hey, thanks for following us. It may not necessarily show up for one of the other services.
Yeah, it'll look like this. Hey, somebody's following us. Cool little banner thing pops up.
And we're talking to nobody. And we're talking to you, but you're like, I don't care what's happening over on Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't care what's happening on Instagram Live, Amazon affiliate.
Yeah. So hopefully this allows us to do things better on all of the platforms instead of, I don't know, half-assing it on all of them at the same time. So, see us there.
In Travis, I know we didn't want to announce this yet.
Our OnlyFans.
I know we didn't want to announce it yet, but yeah, we're actually going to take ourselves off of Twitch and move to just our OnlyFans site.
That we finally found the platform that really really maximizes our creative potential. And that of course is OnlyFans. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
but LOL. Yeah, I hear you.
It was a hard decision to come by, because I'd subscribed to about a dozen or so OnlyFans pages before, and I was like, there's a lot of close to nudity, if not just blatant nudity, by very attractive people, men, women,
podcasters,
all kinds. And I was like, is this really what we need? Do we need to be associating with these folks? And I talked to somebody about this. Her name was Chrissy Lee, and I was a subscriber to her OnlyFans. This is one of the perks that I had subscribing to her thing was being able to talk to her about her business plans and stuff like that. And what
plan?
Yeah, and what she said to me was like, OnlyFans isn't just about showing your fans the goods that they can't see on other platforms like Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest. OnlyFans is about opening up yourself to your viewers, to your fans, to not fans, they're family. They're family.
Not just anybody. Only your fans.
Only. Right.
Here's the thing that baffles me, Bryn. Okay, go.
I just want to say one last thing. And then I'll let this die. She said to me, much in the same way there's incest porn, you have OnlyFans. And that spoke to me in a way
profound words.
I hadn't been spoken to in a long time. Not since your father in the Clone Wars.
I find it interesting that you are so keen to jump on this groundswell of the OnlyFans movement. However, it is
a swell, I'll tell you that.
However, when I mentioned a while back, hey, this fastest growing social media and creative platform, TikTok, really seems to be taken off with the young people, you're like, nah, not for us. Mm-hmm. Nah, we're not doing that.
I took my monocle down. TikTok, eh?
And that's why we're still not on TikTok.
The only TikTok that matters to me is from the Fairuza Balk-helmed film Return to Oz, where TikTok saved the entire movie.
TikTok. He is probably the best part of that movie. Yeah, easily.
Easily. And I'm so, I mean, it's an Oz movie, so of course you've seen it. The heads.
Yeah, the heads.
The creepiest part.
That's a creepy movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've watched that as an adult.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. It's decent. The OnlyFans version of it is really good. It's just a ton of heads.
Ton of heads. All right, what else is happening out there? Welcome, Sweet Tooth Designer Cakes. To the conversation.
Oh shit! Yeah, hey, what's going on? We haven't seen you in a while. Been making them cakes.
Making holiday cakes. Making some cakes. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
My family made brownie. Oh, hey. Oh, I naturally saw Twitter notifications and thought I was getting more O's.
Oh, did you? Do we get something of substance?
No, I think. Can you hear that?
Yeah, is somebody doing drag racing?
I think somebody's vacuuming in the office above mine. Yeah. Just a little 10 p.m. vacuuming. No big deal.
No biggie. Let's see. D-Squeeze, not Fairuza Balk. Yeah, no, Fairuza Balk was in that movie Return to Oz. R10X, is that a Frank Oz movie or is it like a Wizard of Oz movie? It is a Wizard of Oz movie, not a Miss Piggy movie. And then Hey Sweet Tooth. Oh, that wasn't to us. But I felt it was like jumping into a conversation, like interrupting somebody's conversation.
All right, guys. So I'm getting the text now from my wife that says, "Hey, I need to vacuum in the playroom." You're not still recording, right? Not recording.
Is that not recording?
Just live streaming.
Making some slamming hot cocoa bombs. That is for sure. That's
just live streaming to our OnlyFans. Hot cocoa bombs. You're making hot cocoa bombs, huh? I have seen these. They are sweeping the internet.
That's a fad. It's one of those fads like hula hoops,
like
and jumping jacks.
If I'm correct in what they are, they're like a chocolate bonbon, if you will, that has hot cocoa mix and fixings in it, and so it's like a chocolate shell with hot cocoa mix in it, and so you put the bomb in your mug, and then pour the hot milk and or water.
Is this something from like America's Top British Chocolate Bake Off or something?
If it is, I don't know. I'm not caught up, and I'm sure. I shouldn't use my business name on here, but I'm writing it off as a business expense. Well, then why? Then you should subscribe more. If this is a write-off, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. If you do it like one time, look, the IRS is gonna be like, you didn't spend any money on this.
Yeah, you can't write that off. You need more bits. You need more of those sweet tooth designer cake bits. I bet if you should bake on Twitch. Do you bake on Twitch?
Yeah, do you bake?
Are you live streaming on Twitch
right now? Are you live streaming? Oh my god! Why don't you show us the fine art of baking them hot cocoa bombs from America's foreign British Bake Off?
Did you say foreign British Bake Off?
Yeah.
Like
it's a different
even
British.
For British people, it's not quite like
the Brits are like, it's kind of foreign to me. American.
It's the Great British Bake Off, but they only have people not from England. That way, it's the foreign Great British Bake Off.
Yeah, the American foreign British Bake Off. So maybe it's an American, right? And they go to London, and then a British person tells them what to cook, what to bake, but they like the American hasn't memorized the recipe. They just have to do what the British person is telling them to do verbally at all times. And so it's like the British person is like, oh, you break 2 eggs, fold it in. And the American's like, fold it? What does fold it mean?
Is that a Schitt's Creek reference?
No, I've never seen Schitt's Creek.
Oh, okay. That's like a popular bit from Schitt's Creek, season 2.
Oh, what is?
Fold it in. There's a scene where David and Moira, which I think is the mom, are trying to make, I think, enchiladas or something, and they have to fold in the cheese, and neither of them know what fold in the cheese means. Just fold it in. And he's like, what do you mean fold it in? Classic.
No,
classic.
I didn't know that was a bit. I was actually referencing a feeling I had. Chelsea and I worked on Thanksgiving, and so we had a Thanksgiving on Friday, and I was helping her do like cooking. I was helping her with some cooking, and I forget exactly what it was that she was making, but it involved cheese and folding in the cheese to the mixture, and I had to pull myself back because I'm like, I was watching her do it, and she's like, oh, pour some more cheese in it, and then she was just like stirring it around in a circle, and I was like, oh, you gotta fold it.
You gotta fold it.
Well, but I didn't want to be a dick. Be like, you gotta fold it. You gotta flip it up and then in. You're fold and just going in a circle. So when I said that, I was thinking of that moment for the Americans foreign British Bake Off.
There you go. And also, Matt,
she's not watching. She's gonna be mad at me.
Matt is giving props to Schitt's Creek, which I wasn't in on. My wife watched the entire series by herself, and then I got put in 2 weeks of quarantine, and she's like, you need to watch Schitt's Creek. And so I watched the last 2 seasons of Community that I hadn't watched. I have now watched every episode of Community. I watched 2 seasons of Glow and a bunch of other stuff, some movies, and then finally started Schitt's Creek. So it's pretty good. It's quality. It's good.
Yeah, it is a good show. And whenever I saw Chelsea watching it, I would watch it with her.
Yeah.
I'm responding to Sweet Tooth Caker Quaker design. She's a her pilgrimage is for sweet tooths.
For all of your Amish baked goods.
She called us assholes. I don't know why she is calling you an asshole, because you've literally not ever insulted her. I don't think once.
It's because I didn't friend her on Facebook.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, in a way, you are a worse person than I am.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
And I just wanted to tell her that my wife still wears this sweet tooth Quaker design shirt all the time, promoting your business because we appreciate you. Of course, you don't see that. You don't see that because you're not in our daily lives, but she does it, and we do that for you because we appreciate you. And you know, I don't know if I appreciate being called an asshole.
However much you resemble it. Yeah.
Yeah, like
we don't have to call it out.
I'm gaping.
If you want to know how much so, check out his OnlyFans.
R10NX mission rounds or Publix restaurant style tortilla chips for nachos. Ooh, I don't know if I.
What is you got to help me out because I'm not in Florida. What is a Publix restaurant style tortilla?
Well, like the restaurant style is like the triangle. Triangle. It's like triangle chips. Rounds are square. And here's what I think. Here's what I think about rounds. Yeah, nachos rounds. Like if you are going with like the really processed nacho cheddar cheese, those circle chips remind me of like going to the movie theater or going to a sports ball game of some form where you get nachos. Those are the round chips, and I'm good. You can get some jalapenos on them.
That, in my opinion, is a subpar nacho, though.
That's true. It's a processed nacho. Now, if you're doing normal ches, if you're doing normal ches, then you want to go with the restaurant style. I
feel like the restaurant style is the superior tortilla chip, regardless.
Yeah.
However, if you're just doing cheese, if you're just dropping nacho cheese on there, maybe a jalapeno or two, you can get away with that restaurant style chip. But
sure, yeah.
It those are more likely to get soggy and break under the tremendous weight of, say, a nacho, Fiesta nachos Belgrande, if you will. So if your nachos are intense and have a lot of extra, if you're incorporating meats and other vegetables, things like that, which
olives.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
The olive will make or break a nacho. It'll make or bend a nacho, especially if it's with a poor quality tortilla chip.
That is such an obscure question, by the way, R10NX, because I made myself nachos today as a snack because we have these little cups of nacho cheese that you can microwave.
Processed nacho cheese.
Yeah. And I was like, that just sounds really good. And so I made myself a thing of nachos with a restaurant style. Boom, I'm nachos. Yeah. And I had like the restaurant style because that's what we buy because we have that with salt.
Black or purple olives. Why would anybody eat a purple olive? I mean, I would. I mean, it probably tastes pretty good. But no, on nachos, no, it's black olives all the way. I mean, Travis, you like olives, wow. But no, like it's black, not black olives all the way. You save the fancy olives, the fancy stuffed olives for martinis.
Yep. Unless you're in the hit show on Netflix, The Queen's Gambit, and then you have a gimlet with an onion because it's more refined.
Yeah.
Or the adoptive mom.
Or you host your podcast there. It's gimlet. I don't know. Cabot cheddar. I used to live near Cabot, Arkansas. Did I ever tell you that, Travis?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nor did you have a reason to. I just want to know, hey, first off, thank you to everybody that's watching right now. Welcome back to the post show from our podcast. I also want to mention the fact that way less people watch the actual podcast and are hanging out for the post show. So we're glad you're here. If you have anything that you're interested in or you want to talk about, make sure to drop that in the chat.
This is. I mean, here's the thing. You know, we become way more loose or drunk by the time the episode stops, but when we stop recording, right? And then
there's no show notes to reference, no social media links to blab on about. This is free. I can talk about Rick and Morty. I could not talk about Rick and Morty. I can do
nobody cares about what we say at this point in time, and we just hang out with the people who actually do care about not us caring. There's you know.
All right.
Yeah,
so, I want to bring up Matt's point asking about the main actress in Queen's Gambit. I want to reserve the right to delay the answer of your question 1 week, because I fully intend to talk about Queen's Gambit on Apathetic Enthusiasm. So this is gonna be a topic. So and she's kind of in the gray area there. She's in the overlapping portion of the Venn diagram, in my opinion. I don't know. I think it changes with her hairstyle throughout the show.
What else?
Are you looking her up right now?
I am. What else was she in? Split. That's right. Yeah. She was in Split. That's where I recognize her from. The M. Night Shyamalan sequel to Unbreakable. Yeah. Let's see, Matt. I can't figure out if she's the most attractive girl in the world or an alien. Maybe a little bit of both.
Maybe she's the most attractive alien.
Which, I mean, in that case, is she really alien? No, she's very familiar.
I think the hard part is the bangs, the bangs early in the first few episodes. Like they're not doing her any favors. So
no, anyway. I do want to bring this up because Matt bringing up thinking people are attractive and not. We were playing Civ 6 the other day, and I went on. The thing about any civilization game is in between turns, sometimes it takes a while to load, and so you end up like looking at your phone as you're like waiting for the thing to load. So I went to my Instagram, and super bored. I just went to like explore, and explore. There was a woman on there, as Instagram is wont to do, who was just like she was it. The picture was she was in like on a tennis court, and like her tennis skirt was very, very low, and it showed her hind section, and she was leaning on a tennis racket. And I was like, I took a screenshot of that picture and sent it to Matt. I was like, I don't think she's playing tennis at all. But then I was like, you know what? I want to see what other absurd pictures that this woman has. And so I went in there. I went to her profile, and there's a picture of her, and she's sitting at like a just a small round table, and
playing chess.
She's got a bowl. Oh. Not just play chess, but she's got a bowl of cereal in her hand, and she's in white lingerie, and she's flayed out. It's like bare, but like lingerie. And so I keep sending that picture to Matt of just like, you're not eating cereal. I don't think you're eating cereal. I don't even think you're eating breakfast. I don't think there's anything in there. I don't remember why I brought that up, but I just think that's just a funny picture of a very attractive girl who clearly looks good in lingerie, pretending to eat cereal in the morning. and what it takes to get into that pose and get a photographer to be like, okay, here's the setup. Okay.
All right. We're going to bring in Captain Crunch. He's going to be on set.
You woke up in the morning, and you got a very important business meeting later on in the day, right? But you've always felt this about yourself, that you need a balanced breakfast before you can really get your interview chops in. And so you pour yourself a bowl of grape nuts. So, there she is.
Cereal.
And then Matt.
Rate grape nuts. Scale 1 to 10.
Oh yeah, that one. I've tried grape nuts multiple times in my life, and I'm like, why? Like old people eat grape nuts, but it breaks your mouth. Why would you, as an old person with your bones brittle and frail? Teeth. Yeah, grape nuts. Matt is a Broncos fan, and this week the Broncos, all their QBs could not play because of COVID, and so they brought in a wide receiver from the practice squad to be quarterback, and so Matt and I would send pictures of this girl eating cereal, flayed out, and be like, first start in an NFL game, feeling cute, IDK.
I thought about Matt with the quarterback debacle out in Denver, and I don't. It didn't work out well for them. I didn't watch the game, but quite what a score! What a score at the end of into that football match.
Oh my gosh!
Grape nuts, the AE only fans. That's it. Let's see what else is going on. Oh yes, I agree with you about the hairstyles. My wife and daughter kept commenting on the clothes in Queen's Gambit. So
I don't think she's eating. I don't think she's eating breakfast.
So clearly, what happened, and this happens to the best of us: you're eating your cereal, and then you spill milk on yourself. So you have to take off whatever you were wearing.
Look how much cereal she's been eating. That she's been like preparing for this photo shoot for the last couple hours. Like
that much cereal is gonna bloat you out. You don't want to eat that much cereal.
No, she's got a lot of followers, and I have no right to make fun because she's better than me.
She's better than us. She is.
That's right. I don't think she's playing tennis.
You need a lot of range of motion when you're playing tennis. You need to be able to move around a lot. You need to be quick. So
wait, I don't think she's riding that bike. Why is that?
She's teaching the other girl how to ride a bike.
Come this way. It's okay. Balance. Look, if I was that attractive, I would be fucking rich. So I'm not shaming them. I just wish the photo composition is better. Is that so much?
It's the photographer's fault.
Is that so much to ask? It's just like no. That's what gets me about it, Travis. Is like. Is it
building the scenario that doesn't make any sense?
Yes, a little verisimilitude in your sexy pictures is all I'm really asking for.
That's the comment you need to make. Is where's the verisimilitude? Yeah, with just like a shrug emoji. Next week, Apathetic Enthusiasm. Do you have anything on the docket you queued up that you want to talk about next week?
Yes. So we are gonna talk about Queen's Gambit. That is a definite thing we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna make sure we watch it going into this week. And there were a couple things I watched. I don't necessarily expect you to watch. Moonbase 8 is something that is on Stars or
Showtime.
Yeah, and I don't know if you'll be able to get to watch that or not, but it is with John C. Reilly. shit, I forgot their names. Tim Heidecker and the one dude from SNL, Stuart, from Portlandia. God damn it, I forget his name.
Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen. Thank you. So it has the three of them. They're starring in it. Their humor styles are different. Even though John C. Reilly and Tim Heidecker, obviously they work together with Tim and Eric for things for like Steve Brule, Dr. Steve Brule. It is a very, very funny show, and I watched it with Chelsea. That 9-year-old was in there, and he was like, why are you guys laughing? It's like, because they're not telling jokes. Their interactions are funny. And that's like a weird nuance. You're like, you try to explain to a young child.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't get, like, this is cringy. Why are you laughing at it?
My soon-to-be teenager was watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with us the other night, because it's one of the rotation of holiday movies that we throw on when we're wrapping gifts or doing things like that. And it was the first time that she had really like watched it, and my wife and I were cracking up at different parts of the movie, and she just kind of like, why is that funny? And it's fun, that nuance to it, and I think just a little bit of like the situational, like the things that you appreciate more as an adult or as a parent that you've dealt with or lived through. We were cracking up at very subtle things that she was like, what's funny about it? Yeah.
It's strange where like when comedy isn't, it's not meant to be taken at face value necessarily. Where for example, we were watching SNL, like the Thanksgiving special tonight, and there's a skit with Fred Armisen and I'm sorry, I'm bad with names tonight, but it's where him and the other female who plays Cheetah in the Wonder Woman movie are
Kristen Wiig.
Thank you. Him and Kristen Wiig are doing they're singers, and they go on and they're promoting their songs, and they haven't rehearsed and they haven't practiced. They're rushing, and so Fred Armisen starts singing the song, and Kristen Wiig is trying to like match the song, and so it's obviously it's supposed to be bad. Like
they did that in Moonbase.
No. This is on SNL.
Oh, I was gonna say that was like a very common thing for them on SNL.
Yeah. But he was watching, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's so bad! This song is so bad." And we and Chelsea and I, like, we pause it, and we tried to be like, "That's not really what you're supposed to get from it. Like the comedy's not from it being a bad song. Like, yes, it is a bad song, but it's like a weird nuance of, it's a bad song, but the comedy is them looking at each other and clearly trying to figure out what the other person is singing in that moment, that where the comedy stems from. And he's like, yeah, I get that, which he didn't get it, but that's something like,
don't lie about it.
Don't lie. Do not lie.
Don't lie about your appreciation of comedic timing and nuance.
But it's just something like when you're a kid, when something clicks eventually, and you're like, that's why my parents were laughing at Jim Belushi or John Candy, Bill Murray on the old SNLs. Like I get it now.
To answer your question, Matt, I am not streaming it. I own Christmas Vacation. I think we bought it, like the digital version of it, a couple of years ago, because we kept looking for places to stream it and couldn't find them. So we finally just broke down and purchased it, because it's classic.
Classic.
And yeah, we kind of cycle through Christmas movies. I don't know. Maybe that's an A topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holiday roundtable.
Holiday. Yeah. Sweet Tooth. We've watched so many movies recently, and I need your input. Lol. How can we make this happen? What, get our input? I mean, what's your question?
Yeah. Just ask the question.
Yeah, ask the question. We'll give you input. You gotta. Well, I get okay. If the question is how can
well, head over to twitter.com/rickandmortypod or facebook.com/rickandmortypodcast, or send us an email at rickandmortypodcast@gmail.com. You can also send us an email at apatheticenthusiasm.com. Apatheticenthusiasm@gmail.com.
Yeah. apatheticenthusiasmshow@gmail.com.
I didn't have those show notes out. I just had the interdimensional.
Oh, they need a movie recommendation.
Rex.
Or a movie recce, as maybe it's like just the dialect of the area of the country that they're from. We need a movie review.
Well, which movie?
Okay. Let's see, movie reviews. The last thing I watched was a documentary about the director of The Exorcist, not Peter Blatty, who wrote it. But the guy who directed The French Connection, I'm buying myself time to
Google it.
Yeah, no, names elude me tonight. Anyways, the director of The Exorcist, and it was just him for about an hour and a half talking about making The Exorcist and going into it. And directors, I've watched a couple movies with directors, documentaries about directors, and it's interesting to me that there are some things that they do explicitly with purpose, like shots or casting, stuff like that, and then there's other things where they're like, that was instinct, and it just happened to be where this turns into a metaphor for something towards the end of the film, and I think that was interesting to me. I don't. If you're not a fan of The Exorcist, it doesn't. You probably wouldn't want to watch it. But if even if you're a fan of the art of making films as a director, that might be interesting to check out.
I've not been watching a lot of movies lately. Was binging more shows, but there's definitely some movies I need to check out. I'm back on HBO Max for at least the month of December, because I gotta catch that new Wonder Woman movie when it drops for Christmas. And there's some other series and stuff I want to catch back up on HBO. That, and I downgraded my Hulu, so I move some streaming money around, so to speak. But bundled up my Disney Plus. Mandalorian, I'm still going strong on Mando.
Yeah. I watched Man of Steel. It was on TNT or something like that the other day, and or maybe Sci-Fi, whatever. And I watched it, and I liked that movie, and I didn't understand why people were upset with it the first time I watched it, because like I enjoyed it a fair amount. Rewatching it, I'm like, yeah, you know what? He basically destroys so much of the world's population between him, Zod, and all those guys. Like, that's a lot of destruction. I'm glad they brought it up for Batman versus Superman, but man, they killed a lot of people in that. And then the scene where he snaps Zod's neck, even though I'm like, that was his option, like the filmmaker Snyder put him in that position, like wrote him into that position. And so whereas before I defended it, like, well, how else is Superman going to stop Zod in that moment? That was me like excusing Snyder to be like, no, kill him, instead of being like, no, you could have written a different way for that to have ended, instead of snapping this man's this Kryptonian's neck. So anyway, for the most part, I still like it, but I understand the critiques of it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There's like a ton of it's weird about this year. With movies, so much stuff has been released directly to streaming or digital. So, like my wife usually likes to raid the bargain bins on Black Friday of like DVDs or Blu-rays, and there's like sometimes there'll be like new releases or stuff that you can pick up. But she's like, "There's like no new release movies," and I was like, "Yeah, because like barely anything came out in theaters. We already have it." So it's just been a weird year for movies. There's some good stuff out on Netflix and stuff that I want to check out. What is it? Is it The Devil All the Way or something?
With Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. I want to check that one out. I don't know.
1917 is on Showtime, I think. And I want to see that Oscar-winning film.
Yep.
Big on the one shot type of cinematography. Roger Deakins, I think, who won the Oscar for Blade Runner. Yeah, so I want to watch that pretty soon. I do want to say, as far as us streaming, we are going to watch Queen's Gambit. We already talked about that, but here's the thing: we all know how exciting chess can be, and I want to do something special for everybody. I want us, you and me, Travis, to go around of chess. No holds barred. No practice. No practice. My current skill versus your current skill, and just see how far we go.
No practice, but I can read chess books like what's her name in the show reads, right?
Yeah, sure. I haven't seen it, so you're whatever references you're saying, I agree to.
Okay.
I agree to. But we'll add that to a stream, and you'll be like, okay, cool. We might have less viewers at that point in time, but I'll say that I've watched some chess streams because I'm like, they're pretty good. Much like that Sudoku stream that you posted at one time. I was like, yeah, I watched that whole thing.
Yeah, that's cool. I play mini crosswords now. That's the New York Times Daily Mini. That's my old person brain activity that I do. Yep, Devil All the Time. Yeah, I gotta watch that movie. Punker Bean, what's up?
Hey, Punker Bean.
Just in time for us to wrap up the stream.
R10X mentioning the Kevin Conroy's Batman on CW. That Flash movie is coming out recently. George Clooney said he was not asked to come back for Crisis or Flashpoint. The Flash movie. He's like, they probably don't want my nipples. Is what George Clooney said. But mentioning Kevin Conroy, last night as I was falling asleep on the couch after eating way too much leftovers, I rewatched The Killing Joke, the animated movie, and which has Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as a Joker again. And the same critiques that we had when we watched it, you and I, still remain.
Yeah.
Where like the first 30 minutes where it focuses on Batgirl, and then all of a sudden it's like, but then a storm came. Not that any of this would have mattered. And then it goes into the actual Killing Joke with then the flashbacks with the Joker and stuff like that as a Red Hood. Again, that first 30 minutes of the movie being inconsequential and unnecessary. Like if you're going to tell a Batgirl story, Batwoman story, make that story and make that the whole thing. Yeah. But it there's such a jarring shift in the middle of it where it then turns into Batman's relationship with the Joker. Omar is like, oh, I love that's such a good, and like, yeah, I just rewatched it and it's not. So
but I always think back to when I went and saw that Killing Joke animated in the theater because they were doing a limited run, and I was the first person in the movie theater, and I sat down, and then the second person in the movie theater came and sat down right next to me in the like love seat style reclining theater, and I was just like, I mean, I know we have assigned seats, but this is just unfortunate because it was a stranger. It wasn't someone I knew.
Did you and I see that together, or
no? We were in separate locations.
Okay. Yeah, I must have saw that with Pat. I think I went and saw Pat.
Yeah, I was already here in Omaha when
that's right.
So
yeah,
but not for long. Haha.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully we both move before the new season of Rick and Morty comes out.
Yeah,
because that would be inconvenient. Maybe we'll talk to Adult Swim about it.
Yeah. Like, we'll push some weight around. Well, here's the deal, guys. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. You guys are amazing, but I know Brandon has to work and he still has to edit. So we're gonna cut this stream off. Thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you for staying up and hanging out with us. We hope you have an amazing week. Remember, if you want to be part of the live stream next week, get over to Twitch. Make sure that you're following over on Twitch. Don't miss when we go live. And have a great week. And
can I say one more thing? Oh, R10NX mentioned
you can, but I'm gonna mute you. So now go for it. Go.
Okay, R10NX on this Killing Joke conversation said it's an Oracle origin story. That is partially true. If the first 30 minutes is Batgirl, and then it transitions into her putting away the cape and cowl and being like, this isn't me. I need to do something else. After she has sex with Batman, by the way, and then it transitions into the classic story of the Killing Joke, which is then just between Batman and the Joker and their relationship. Has nothing to do with Batgirl other than shooting Barbara as she's with Commissioner Gordon in her house, right? Paralyzing her. Then she's out of the equation basically until the end of the movie. Not even just the end of the movie. The movie ends with a classic scene of Joker and Batman laughing together in the pouring rain. The credits start rolling. Credits. Da 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 da. And in a post-credit scene, then she is like wheelchairing through a house, and then she becomes Oracle. So if it's an Oracle origin story, then make it an Oracle origin story. Don't like cut out a lot of that stuff to tell a completely different, unrelated story for a majority of the film's runtime, and then just give us like a half-assed Oracle, like teaser, at the very end. So that's why I say if it was an Oracle origin story, they did a poor job of it, because they didn't tell a cohesive story. They put together a bunch of like a Frankenstein DC Comics film. Whatever.
Hot takes with Brandon, everybody.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out.